Welcome to the History Hunter, welcome to my small adventures with the World War II time frame, and welcome to the beginning of this beautiful German Second World War Luftwaffe adventure that you're now going to take part in. I've always been interested in the Luftwaffe history, and when I was a kid I built models like the Messerschmitt you can see in front there, and I got older, you just forget about it, don't have time. Then my son was born and we actually started doing this together, and then we picked up where I left the trail when I was a kid, and I started to do discoveries with real huge German Luftwaffe aircrafts. So not just the models, but actually the real stuff that you can see pieces from here. And I'm now going to share one of the first series of several German Luftwaffe aircrafts that I've discovered and done some work at during the last years. It takes time, it really takes time, and this is going to be several episodes of this crash site, so you're definitely going to enjoy it, and I think I can share some cool moments with you out there. So be patient, just drop by anytime, see if I released a new episode of this adventure, and you will definitely be notified if you click the notification bell next to the subscribe button. But let's start this first epic adventure with this crash site right now. Sit back, fasten your seatbelts, and let's fly back in time and find the history of the German Luftwaffe. Just gonna give you a brief introduction to what we're gonna experience. Imagine yourself a mountain, imagine yourself very cold, foggy, windy night, German Luftwaffe aircraft coming in from after a sortie with the Allied, coming in like this, some miscalculation, boom, down it came. And the crash site is not an obvious spot, but as I learned during the years going there, it was actually a very bad mishap that it ended up there. It was just about to clear the head of the mountain, 10 more meters, and they would have done it. There are several other peaks around the area. There are some forest in some of the areas, some forest around the top. It's very rugged here on the top. It's very steep, and just imagine this night. The aircraft came in, the crew, all of them died, and this is basically what it's all about. A German Luftwaffe aircraft coming in, crashing on the top of that hill in horrendous weather, and then it just kind of dies. The history just forgets about it, and we're stuck with just a few small hints of what has happened, where it happened, and then the quest for what could be there, is it still there, and can we find something there today. So many years after I come along, I do some research, I talk to some people, and then I start finding out more and more and more, and it's going to include everything from here to here to here to here to here to here. Absolutely everywhere here is going to take part in this adventure. So be patient. As I said, there will be several episodes, and each episode will have its small little kind of surprises for us, either in the ground, on the surface, or in what's happening around us when we do this. So let's head on out and start this first little hunt for the mysterious Second World War Luftwaffe aircraft. I just crossed the point of no return. I'm out on my own now. There's no more track, no more reference points, so I'm just way up in the mountain here. You can't see it, but I'm using my GPS to sort of find my way, and I have one plateau left, and then it's about 1 kilometer onto that plateau, and I'll be where the, well, supposedly aircraft is. So still got about half an hour to walk, so let's see what I can see when I get there. Yeah, it's freezing cold. That's ice on the water there. So believe me when I say it's very, very cold and chilly when you get to the areas where the wind is. I really don't believe what has happened here. That connector right here has lost a screw inside under this cover. I'm afraid almost to touch it. See there? That thing there is missing its screw. And there's a broken cable inside of that. Oh my god, I'm so depressed. Oh shit, shut up! I'm gonna find out some way to do this no matter what. I can't have been walking this far. Just listen to that. That's because the connector is totally gone. And I have to try to listen to several thousand signals and see, there you could think it was something, but it's a cable. Oh, I might give this up. Oh, that's the cable. All messed up. I really should have done a better job and bought another coil. And I could just switch coil and everything would be okay. You could say I'm quite depressed right now. Terrible. This is almost impossible to work with. Yes, I made it in one piece. I'm just collecting myself. You can see I modified the inlet cable to the machine. I soldered the points inside there. I took a lot of heavy duty tape around it, so now it's stiffer and it doesn't make the wobbling sound that it made before. Alright, just gonna rig up the gear here and start the hunt. Believe it or not, this is my absolutely first signal here, and it sounds like 70 something. I'm gonna go for that one. Well, the soil is not frozen, and there's actually something there, quite a nice piece. That's a brass piece. Look at that. That must be an aircraft piece from the aircraft that crashed here. Why should there be anything like this here if that's not an aircraft part? I try to clean up the parts and present them either in a form of pictures or video later on, because it's not going to be easy to clean all the parts up here, but it definitely looks like a machined aluminium part. So yay, that's my first item from this aircraft. Fantastic. Yes, it is. There are parts here. I do believe I can see. Yeah, that is rivets. That is rivets from an aircraft. Wow, I'm actually at the crash site. Look at that. I bet you $100,000 that that is an aircraft part. Holy Madonna, I actually made it. Just trying to figure out which way this aircraft came in and which way the collision took part. Was it from north, south, east, west? I don't know. So I'm just sort of trying to figure out which way to start hunting seriously. But there is a 23 signal, so I'm going to do that one. It's actually very tough to dig here, but I found something that unquestionable is from an aircraft. Have a look at that. That's a multi gear driven shaft. Wow, this is really from that aircraft. No way there would be such a thing up here and just laying around in the wilderness. So I definitely have found the crash spot. Just clean this with a brush that I have, and fantastic. This is a small pump part for either an oil pump, auxiliary pump part. You have some sort of highly anodized, high quality aluminium thingy, and this is the real proof this was an aircraft, and it's definitely down here in the ground, at least some of it. So that is so exciting, and you wouldn't know how appropriate it is for me to find this pump. That's another story, but for me finding this technical part, that is so really cool. Wow, look at that. That's just a very small relic, but this is actually ammunition. A piece of ammunition from the aircraft that was here. Oh, there's no date or anything, it's very rotten. Just half of a piece. Hey, you can see, well, it's not, let me see. Well, it's split open and you can actually see the grains of the gunpowder. Wow. So it's been ripped apart, has not been fired, and here you can see the grains of the gunpowder in there coming out as small square bricks. Look at that. Wow. That one there looks very specific. I'll keep that, and maybe I can find out more. Could it be a part of the cast iron cylinder? I'm not sure. The bore would look like it, but you never know. The sun is up, but the wind is really picking up here. Got a hole here, and I really found an item that I wanted to find here, and that is a piece of the live ammo for this aircraft. And you can see in the back here it's not been fired. The tip is there, but on the middle again you can see the sort of grains from the powder, the gunpowder. It's really rotten, but this is a complete one that hasn't been fired, so it went down with the aircraft. Maybe this was meant to be for one of the allied aircrafts and they got away. So it's a small piece of history, but it's quite interesting. Wow, got this one here. Looks like almost like a surface find. What is that? Look at that. Look at that nice patina there on the bolts. Look at that. Looks like it's been coated with some sort of painting. But look at that nice. Looks like stainless steel. Could it be an exhaust flange? Definitely look like that for me. Exhaust flange connecting the cylinder head's exhaust tube to the cylinder head itself. This is what it's all about. Doing the history hunting. Look at those parts. They have the patina, they have the color. Look at that Luftwaffe aircraft color. It's just amazing. Yeah, it is truly amazing. This is one of the pieces that was there. It's a beautiful piece, but that is just a warm-up. I can promise you I'm gonna hammer away on the editing thing there, and you're gonna see episode after episode. Just a little side note, the first few videos you're gonna see of this project, you can hear me huff and puff up there like I'm out of breath all the time. Well, it has its natural reason, and that was I was carrying Lyme disease and had pneumonia at the same time, and I actually didn't know it. I was just a few months after that hospitalized, and I've been struggling with that for 3 years. I had Lyme disease twice and 3 times pneumonia because of that. So that's the reason for that. But no matter what, we are going to have some incredible moments together out there with this project. As I said, there will be huge pieces coming up bigger than myself, and you will see things that you have never ever seen before. This is my hard work. This is my really tough period of being a history hunter. Hope you appreciate it. All the support you give me is also very appreciated. You can support me by subscribing, hitting the notification bell to the right of the subscribe button. Watch more of my videos. Please check out the ads. That will help me out a lot. Comment, share, and if you'd like to take part in my World War II diorama giveaways that I do every month, you can check out the videos at the end of each month. And for those who are supporting me either by PayPal and Patreon, you can actually become the owner of some beautiful World War II dioramas and even some artifacts from this specific event that we are sharing here. Other than that, I'm gonna kick on. I'm gonna give you more, so just be out there. Look for the videos. I'm gonna mark them like part 1, 2, 3, blah blah blah, and all the way up to the end. And I'm actually also even today continuing this project, so this is gonna be very special for all of us. Just want to say thank you for staying in there, thank you for supporting me, thank you for watching, following this project at least, and I will definitely be back with more in the very near future. Other than that, stay safe, see you later, and keep smiling.